SULLIVAN'S Crossing Season 4 cast, story, and everything we know. What if everything you thought you knew about Maggie was a lie? What if Sullivan's Crossing has been hiding the darkest secret of all? One that's been buried beneath years of heartache, medical miracles, and small town charm. What if she never actually ended her first marriage? And what if that man is back now to destroy everything? Season 4 isn't just about new beginnings. It's about unfinished business, unspoken vows, secrets Maggie hoped would never resurface. Because when Liam walked through that door, he wasn't just someone from Maggie's past. He was her husband. And he didn't come alone. A wave of revelations is about to explode across Sullivan's Crossing, shattering relationships, exposing hidden identities, and pulling everyone into a spiral of betrayal, mystery, and forbidden truths. You think you know Maggie Sullivan? Think again. Because when a woman hides her marriage from the man she lives with, what else is she hiding? Here's what they didn't want you to know: Season 4 isn't just a continuation, it's a reckoning. From the very beginning, Sullivan's Crossing lured us in with its tranquil lakeside town, its charming neighbors, its gentle pace. But if you've paid attention, if you've really listened beneath the surface, you know this isn't a show about healing. It's a show about escape. Everyone in Sullivan's Crossing is running from something. A mistake, a loss, a crime, or maybe a secret marriage that could blow apart everything they've built. Let's talk about Maggie, the brilliant neurosurgeon who gave up her big city career to find peace. But was that the real reason she came to Timberlake? Did she flee her life or her husband? Liam wasn't just a fling. He wasn't just a forgotten summer memory. No, he was the legal link Maggie severed only in her mind. But now, he's come back. And this time, he's not leaving quietly. And then there's Carr, the man who stood by Maggie when she lost everything. The man who helped her rebuild. The man who fell in love with her, thinking she was free. He had no idea he was living with someone still married to another man. What happens now? Will he walk away? Will Maggie be forced to choose? Or will Liam drag them all into a legal war none of them are prepared for? And while that chaos brews, what about Sully? He's left Timberlake for Ireland with Helen, finally ready to live life again after years of trauma. But did he leave too soon? Because back home, the fire he thought was out is burning hotter than ever. Sully might not be there physically, but his past, his failures, his broken promises, his daughter's hidden truth, still ripple across every inch of Sullivan's Crossing. And here's the worst part: Maggie never told him about Liam either. Not her father. Not Carr. Not anyone. And if that's the truth, what else has she buried? Is Liam the only ghost, or just the beginning? If you want to know the full truth behind what's coming in Season 4, the betrayals, the secret agendas, the forbidden relationships, you must subscribe right now. What we're about to reveal will change everything. Let's go deeper. Because Liam's arrival is not a random twist. Sources close to production have hinted this character is about to become the show's most polarizing figure. Why? Because Liam doesn't just come with paperwork. He comes with a mission. Some rumors say he's still in love with Maggie. Others claim he wants revenge. That she left him during the darkest time in his life. And he never forgave her. But here's where things get even more twisted. There's speculation Liam was connected to Maggie's old hospital, and that she may have left under more mysterious circumstances than we ever realized. Was there a malpractice case? A cover-up? Did Liam protect her and she walked away anyway? The truth is being kept under lock and key. But Season 4 may finally open that door. And what about Maggie's baby? Remember, she lost it at the end of Season 2. The grief nearly broke her. But what if that loss wasn't what it seemed? There are whispers. Quiet ones. That Maggie wasn't alone when it happened. That Liam was there. That what happened was intentional. Could someone have caused the miscarriage? And if so, was it to punish her? You think that's the limit? Think again. Chief Cooper, the one man who seems to have everything under control, may not be who he says he is either. Season 4 is expected to peel back the layers on several background characters. And Chief Cooper, he's at the top of that list. Who gave him his position? Why does he seem to know everyone's business, but never shares his own? And more importantly, what does he know about Maggie's past? Because here's what we've learned. Liam's arrival wasn't spontaneous. He knew exactly where to find Maggie. He knew what she was doing, who she was living with, what she was planning. That means someone told him. Who betrayed her? Someone inside Sullivan's Crossing wants Maggie exposed. Someone she trusts. Is it Rob, Jane Sydney, Lola? Or someone even closer, someone sleeping under the same roof? And then there's the diner fire. Yes, Rob is rebuilding. Yes, life is going on. But have we forgotten something? The fire was never fully explained, and fires have a way of hiding evidence. Could Liam be connected? Was that fire a message? Or a warning? Or was it insurance fraud? The layers of this town are deeper than anyone expected. And as the truth begins to rise, so do the stakes. Because if Maggie's husband has returned, what's to stop others from doing the same? Old enemies, forgotten friends, hidden children. Season 4 isn't about comfort. It's about consequences. What if Liam's arrival was just the beginning? What if Maggie's buried past wasn't just personal, but criminal? And what if Season 4 isn't about healing wounds, but reopening them? You thought the baby, the fire, the marriage were separate stories. They're not. They're one chain of events, triggered by a secret decision Maggie made years ago, a decision so dangerous, so forbidden, that revealing it could collapse everything Sullivan's Crossing has built. Because here's the truth no one dares speak. Maggie Sullivan may not be the victim. She may be the architect of her own destruction. And Liam? He's not just her husband. He's the one man who knows what she did. Let's go deeper. Because the dominoes are falling faster than anyone realizes. At the end of Season 3, we saw the surface cracks. Sully leaving town. Carl second, guessing his future with Maggie. Sydney and Rafe breaking apart over incompatible dreams. Lola and Jacob's long-distance heartbreak. Maggie deciding to stay and open a clinic, but beneath all that, something rotten is festering. Let's start with Sully. He finally said yes to life, leaving Timberlake with Helen for a romantic trip to Ireland. But what if he wasn't running towards something? What if he was running from guilt? Because Sully knows things he's never told Maggie. Things about her mother, about that night when Maggie left the city, about the real reason she returned to Sullivan's Crossing in the first place. Could Sully have helped cover something up? And if so, was Helen's arrival part of a bigger plan? Now that Sully is gone, Maggie is exposed. And that's when Liam shows up. Coincidence or coordination? Then there's Cal, the man every fan rooted for. The stable, stoic figure. The one who brought Maggie back to life. But Cal has his own shadows. He made peace with his father in Season 3, but we still don't know the full extent of their falling out. Why did Cal really leave his old life behind? What did he do? And what if Liam knows? Because here's a twist you didn't see coming. Liam wasn't just a fling from Maggie's past. He's been watching her, tracking her, following her life in Sullivan's Crossing from the shadows. And now, he's ready to speak. Whispers from the production suggest that Season 4 is going to open with Liam's perspective. The man everyone assumed was irrelevant is about to become central. And here's the chilling part, Liam isn't the villain. At least, not entirely. He claims Maggie is. That she left him after a tragedy that neither of them could recover from. A tragedy involving a second pregnancy Maggie never told anyone about. If this is true, it changes everything. Was Maggie pregnant before? Did she lose that child under suspicious circumstances? And if so, was Liam involved or betrayed? Now imagine this. Liam returns not just to claim his marriage, but to claim a child he believes is his. A child Maggie may have secretly given up for adoption. Could that child be someone we already know? Is it someone in the town? Or worse, someone Maggie treats at her new clinic? It's a theory insiders aren't denying, and one that could completely rewrite Sullivan's Crossing's past, present, and future. But that's not all. Because while the town focuses on Maggie, a new force is quietly rising. Jane, Rob's new partner, seemingly innocent, supportive, helpful. But how much do we really know about her? She arrived in Season 3, conveniently after the fire. She bonded fast with Rob, too fast. And now, with Sully gone and Maggie under scrutiny, Jane is gaining influence. Could she be working with Liam? Could she have started the fire that destroyed Rob's diner? Not for money, but for leverage. Because here's something wild. Jane used to live in the same state hospital Maggie once worked at. That's right. They may have crossed paths before. And if they did, Jane may know everything. Now let's talk about the real stakes. If Maggie is still married to Liam, then, legally, everything she's done in Sullivan's Crossing could be compromised. Her relationship with Cal, illegitimate. Her medical licensing, at risk. Her plans to open a new clinic, potentially shut down before it even begins. But it goes even deeper. Because if she lied about her marriage on any official documents, we're talking about felony fraud. And Liam could press charges. Or worse, he could blackmail her. And knowing what we now know about Liam's past, about his pain, about his quiet resentment, that's a very real possibility. He could threaten to ruin her career, expose her secrets, or drag her into court, not to win her back, but to destroy her entirely. And where will Cal stand then? Will he fight for her, or walk away, convinced he never really knew her? And here's a theory fans have only begun to explore. What if Liam didn't come alone? What if he brought evidence? Letters, photos, medical records, testimonies. And what if someone in town, maybe even someone Maggie trusts, has already seen it? Imagine Maggie opening her clinic, excited, hopeful, healing, only to be served with divorce papers and a lawsuit in front of the entire town. That moment could be the season 4 mid-season climax. And it's going to change Sullivan's Crossing forever. But not all of season 4 is about Maggie and Liam. There are whispers of returning characters. One's long thought gone. Fans are speculating that Andrew, Maggie's former fiancé, may reappear. Why? Because Liam's return will open legal doors. And Andrew may be called as a witness. A man Maggie once promised forever, now testifying about how quickly she moved on. The irony. Andrew might still have feelings for her. And if he does, we could see a three-way conflict explode into 4. Maggie, Liam, Cal, Andrew, and at the center, a town unraveling. Sullivan's Crossing has always been about connection, community, and healing. But now, it's about truth, and truth comes with consequences. Liam wants answers. Cal wants peace. Andrew may want closure, or revenge, and Maggie, she just wants a future. But the past won't let her go. What if the town itself is the biggest liar? What if Sullivan's Crossing was never the sanctuary it claimed to be? What if the lakes, the mountains, the quiet streets were all just a beautiful distraction from something much darker beneath? And what if season 4 is about to expose the secret web that's been silently tightening around every single character since season 1? Because Liam's arrival wasn't the start of something new. It was the end of the lie. And no one is walking away clean. Let's break the illusion. Sullivan's Crossing isn't just a quiet mountain town. It's a pressure cooker, and season 4 is when the lid blows off. Let's talk power. Who has it, and who's about to lose it? Maggie, once the town's golden healer, is now under legal threat, moral scrutiny, and emotional collapse. Cal, the strong protector, now has a broken foundation, questioning everything he believed about the woman he loved. Sully, gone to Ireland, may return to find a daughter he no longer recognizes. And Lam, the so-called stranger, may already control more than anyone realizes. But here's where it gets even more twisted. Season 4 isn't just about one explosive conflict. It's about multiple betrayals unfolding at once. Let's start with Lola and Jacob. Their goodbye felt respectful, honest. But what if Jacob didn't actually leave? What if he stayed secretly to help Liam? Think about it. Jacob's advisor, calling at exactly the moment he's bonding with Lola. Too convenient. Too perfectly timed. And then there's Jane. Remember? She has a mysterious past that overlaps with Maggie's hospital days. What if she and Liam were once involved?
Or worse.
What if they're still working together? Rob might be in love with Jane, but he has no idea who she really is. And when he finds out, he might not survive it. Here's the real bombshell. Season 4 may reveal that several characters have been hiding a secret pact. A cover-up. A choice made years ago in a hospital hallway. After hours, a moment involving a patient's death, a misdiagnosis, and a forged report. And at the center of it? Maggie, Liam, Jane, and Chief Cooper. Why else would Liam arrive with such confidence? Why would Jane integrate herself so quickly? Why does Chief Cooper never answer personal questions? Because they were there. They were part of a medical scandal that was buried. And now, that grave is cracking open. And here's the chilling possibility that death wasn't just a random patient. It may have been Maggie's mother. That's right, the woman Maggie mourns. The reason she came to Timberlake. The wound that never healed. What if her own daughter played a part in her death without even realizing it? And what if Liam has proof? Emails, testimony, a voice recording. Something so damning it would ruin Maggie forever. But why bring it up now? Because Liam doesn't want justice. He wants control. Get ready for this. Midway through season 4, Maggie will be forced to make a deal. To protect her clinic. To keep her license. To protect Cal from being implicated. She'll agree to one condition from Liam. She won't challenge the marriage. Legally, she'll remain his wife. On paper. And Liam, he'll move into town. Claiming to want to rebuild things with her. To the public, it'll look like Maggie made her choice. To Cal, it'll feel like betrayal. And then, the final twist. A letter. Left in Sully's cabin. Discovered by Edna. Addressed to Maggie, but never sent. Written by her mother just days before she died. And in that letter, a warning. About the hospital. About the people Maggie surrounded herself with. And about Liam. Because her mother knew. She knew something Maggie didn't. And the truth she left behind may be the one thing that can unravel Liam's plan before it's too late. But there's a problem. The letter is stolen. By someone inside the crossing. And unless Maggie finds it first, she'll lose everything. Sullivan's Crossing Season 4 isn't just another chapter. It's the storm. It's betrayal wrapped in beauty. It's a town drowning in secrets, pretending to heal. Maggie's future, balancing on a thread. Cal's loyalty, twisting in the wind. Sully's return, inevitable and devastating. And Liam, he's not just a visitor. He's the key that unlocks every locked door. And he's come to burn the house down. You've seen heartbreak before. You've seen twists. But nothing has prepared you for what's coming. Because this time, there's no going back.